Charlie sneered and said, "What? Haven't started cutting yet? Are you scared? What about the courage just now?" Nanshan panicked and said, "Brother, you can hit me twice, even if you kill me now. I beg you, don't torture me. I will say whatever you ask me to say, and I will cooperate to the end." Charlie said, "Sorry, I just gave you a chance, but it's too late now." After speaking, Charlie said again, "But it's a bit useful to make up for it. Don't worry, I won't let the fish eat you into bones. I will ask you to face the camera later and leave a few words for your brother-in-law." As soon as the voice fell, Charlie instructed the two men in black, "First give me his 2 legs to deal with it." The two immediately took out their knives and cut off Nanshan's trouser legs directly, and then drew countless blood trails on his calves and thighs, causing him to scream miserably in pain. The people next to him looked even more terrified. Immediately afterwards, the helicopter took off Nanshan, whose legs were covered with bloody wounds, and then hung him into the river. Even across such a high bridge, you can hear the screams on the water. After 10 minutes, Charlie said, "Okay, bring him up." The helicopter lifted him back slowly. When he approached the bridge deck, his 2 legs had been gnawed by the fish in the river so that they didn't look like they were, and bones were exposed in several places. The 10 minutes that have just passed were the most painful and difficult 10 minutes in Nanshan's life. In those 10 minutes, he felt that countless big fishes and small fishes in the river were desperately trying to tear a piece of meat from the wound on his leg. That kind of feeling is like being bitten countless bites of meat on his leg. Every bite hurts so much that he wants to die. Now he has only one thought in his mind: no matter what, he can no longer be thrown into the water. So no matter what Charlie asked him to do next, he would not dare to have any disobedience. The man in black caused Nanshan, who was so painful to collapse, to kneel. Charlie looked at him and asked, "How do you feel?" Nanshan cried bitterly, "Please kill me, I really don't want to live." Charlie shouted coldly, "I'll give you another chance now. You can answer whatever I ask you. If you answer well, I will give you a happy reply. If you answer badly, you will be embarrassed." Nanshan nodded as if pounding garlic, crying and said, "Big brother, ask, and I will answer all questions." Charlie pointed the phone at him and asked, "What is your name? What occupation?" Nanshan tremblingly said, "My name is Nanshan and I am the leader of the beggar gang." Charlie asked again, "What kind of livelihood does your beggar gang do?" Nanshan answered truthfully, "The main business of the gang is to pretend to be beggars and beg everywhere." Charlie asked, "You all wear gold and silver, why do you pretend to be beggars and beg?" Nanshan said, "Because the money is the fastest in this way. We only need to send people out and lie down and sell badly in various crowded places, and we can have a high income." Charlie asked, "Then why do you abduct so many children?" Nanshan said, "Because when begging, if you bring a child with you, you can double the alms, even several times." Charlie continued to ask, "Then why do you make good children disabled?" Nanshan shuddered and said, "Children with disabilities are more able to arouse others' compassion. According to our experience, it is the easiest to make money with children with disabilities." Charlie asked coldly, "Then how many children have you hurt so far?" Nanshan said nervously, "I haven't counted this, but there should be 3 digits." Charlie continued to ask, "Who is behind you to support you in doing such a thing, and who is your backer?" Nanshan said, "My patrons are my sister and brother-in-law." Charlie asked, "What are the names of your sister and brother-in-law, and what do they do?" Nanshan honestly said, "My sister's name is Yakina. She has no job and is a full-time housewife. My brother-in-law is Regnar. He is the heir of the Wu family in the city." Charlie asked coldly, "In other words, the reason why you dare to do this kind of conscience is completely because you have Regnar behind your back, isn't it?" Nanshan hesitated for a while, but he nodded obediently and said, "Yes, the beggars developed to this day relying on my brother-in-law to help. It was him who came forward to support me, so no one dared to fight against me." Charlie asked again, "Does he know what you depend on for a living? Does he know that you poisoned so many miners?" Nanshan nodded, he knows all, and my sister also knows." Charlie nodded in satisfaction. With this video, as long as it is released, the reputation of the Wu family will be greatly affected. They will be angrily condemned by countless netizens across the country. At that time, it would be impossible for the Wu family to be able to do a PR. What Charlie wanted was to make the Wu family suffer. For this matter, the Wu family is the culprit behind it. If it weren't for the Wu family's help and abuse, helping this Nanshan all the way, forming a gang of beggars, and growing stronger, then he wouldn't have the opportunity to poison so many children.